Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
And there's another one. It's back to back. Jags for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs a point. And it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Tri-C and the OCCAC, two terms that have become synonymous in baseball over the past couple of seasons. And again today at Ron Mottl Field, the Tri-C Triceratops looks to clinch back-to-back OCCAC regular season titles. As you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports, tonight's matchup a big one in conference play as the Tops take on Bryant and Stratton. Hello friends, Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening, flying solo. We begin the month of May with more showers. We were told April was supposed to be it. Not quite. A monsoon today. Somehow in some way the grass is playable, and talking to the players, it is just slippery out there. It is not muddy, it's not a mess, but if the ball does get down in the outfield today, we could see a lot of damage done by both teams. You look at today's matchup. This might be the most even matchup offensively that we are going to see this season between Tri-C and somebody else in the college game, just given how both teams operate. A lot of extra base hits, especially Bryant and Stratton in the home run department. You have two players with 10-plus home runs on your roster. Of course, part of that does come down to the fact that it is 300 to 310 in left and right, and in straightaway center, it is 320. However, even on longer ballparks, they can still go yard many times, and they want to do that today. And in talking to Coach Kaplik, with the weather being the way it is right now, the hope is that it'll knock down the ball a little bit, and from there, it'll be routine plays for the strong outfield of Tri-C, which we have seen so many times over the years, and today is no different. It is Dreger, Ross, and right Diddy today. Jackson Bowles coming off the bench is a scary prospect for Bryant and Stratton if that were to happen. But right now, Tri-C, they are getting healthy, and they want to keep it that way. Cohen Merritt back in the lineup today, DHing in the 7th spot. That'll be a big addition for this team, along with getting Nate Hill back behind the plate. On Bryant and Stratton's end, it'll be Drew Cockler, the DH, leading it off. A .253 average on the year with 27 RBIs, 5 doubles, a triple, and 6 home runs. A strong campaign for him offensively. Sitting at 23 and 25 on the year, Bryant and Stratton looking to get back to 500 today if they can get the job done twice, and from there, take back first place in the conference. First pitch of the day will miss inside, and actually it is going to be a foul ball at 5:09. So a pitch that just missed a little bit where Elbert did not want it to be, somehow in some way works out in his favor. That's one of those on a day like this you cannot afford to give up. And the 0-1 hits him. That pitch missed even more so where he didn't want it to be. And the leadoff man, Cockler, will easily reach for the Bobcats, and that'll bring up their powerful hitter, Gavin McLean. A Tiffin Columbian alum and an Eastern Illinois commit, one of the best hitters in this lineup, along with Biscup. 11 home runs so far this year for McLean, 17 for Tyler Biscup. Albert trying to settle in here with his third pitch of the day. And it will just miss for ball one. Tri-C, they have found their stride as of late, winning their last 10 games, sitting at 27-13-1 on the year. And that last loss came against BW's JV team, with Tri-C's backups in the game for the majority of the contest. Albert able to reconvene and find the strike zone for the first time today. A great outing last Saturday against Edison State. A tougher opponent this time out, but he has to do the same exact things here. Stick to the basics, and of course, as Tri-C's pitchers always do, find plenty of strikeouts. The 1-1, McLean a drive, deep to right. It is over Diddy, and it is over the fence. It's a 2-run shot for Gavin McLean, and the Bobcats will strike first. Home run number 12 on the year for the EIU commits. Santa Maria, Bryant and Stratton. What a start to the game. A must-win game for them today, and they are loving life in Parma. You cannot hang the ball that well for McLean. They heard the claims of a small ballpark, and they said, you know what? We can do it anywhere, and we will prove it right now. 2-0 Bryant and Stratton. A start that really nobody expected to today's game, and time immediately called. What a start for the Bobcats. We saw it a few weeks ago with Leo Soneson going yard against this team, but to see it this way, incredible for McLean. And now you bring up the best home run hitter on this team. A very top-heavy lineup today, but going through it, Cockler and McLean, we've already seen Biskup is up now. Kidder is in the on-deck circle, followed by Reach, Gherkin, Sanchez, Dean, and Stoltz. A strong lineup, a lot of Northeast Ohio talent, especially in the 9 spot, as you have the former center fielder of the Benedictine Bengals. A rocky start for Ethan Albert on the mound. He will settle back in, but a lofty task now at hand for Tri-C. On Biskup's end, though, the pressure has been taken away completely. Of course, still you know this is a must-win game, but to have 2 runs of support and no one down in front of you, that has to feel quite good. But what a start, as you can hear the Bobcats from up here. And Albert is able to reconvene again and find the strike zone. 3 strikes so far today, 2 taken, and the one that was swung on. A long ball over the right field wall. Albert 0-1 runs way inside. Tyler Biskup, a redshirt sophomore out of Cloverleaf High School, a .405 average, 61 RBIs on the season. Out of this world, and he is easily in line for OCCAC first team honors. Albert's 1-1, missing. On top of that, 92 career hits and 98 career RBIs. And just looking at that dugout, still energized as ever. Albert's 2-1 will just miss. A tough miss there. I don't know exactly where it was off, but still a tough one to swallow. 3-1 counts. Albert needs to find it here. And it's in the dirt for ball 4. The second free pass surrendered of the inning. Biskup is now at first. Here comes Kidder. And for Bryant and Stratton, they have the dream start. 23-25 on the year. So far in 2 complete seasons under Austin C-Max, 1 tournament appearance, 0-2 in the tournament. Already confirmed to be back there, whether it be as a 4 seed or an 8 seed. But they're happy to be back, and they're ready to make some noise even before the tournament begins. And Albert is able to respond with a first pitch strike. The interesting thing to note, though, about this series, of course it matters who wins the conference. That is a given. However, you look to next week, if Tri-C wins the series, they would most likely be the 3 seed. They can't be a top 2 as this one is fouled on the right field line. That is already locked up by Kellogg and Make Home Colleges. So the 3 seed is up for grabs. You get the 3 seed opposed to last year, which would mean the 6 seed comes in. It is instead going to be the 8 seed, as it is an expanded 10-team tournament. Right now, the 8 seed in this exercise will be Bryant Stratton. Albert 0-2, the runner goes, pitch is wide, throw down from Hill. It is also wide. Good backup from Zalian Yanmaz at second. But now run number 3 stands in scoring position. Going back to the example, if Tri-C were to lose the series, they would be, I believe, 7th in the rankings. However, that would mean Bryant and Stratton would be a top 4 team sitting at 4th. Thus, they would play each other again. Just depends where the game is. The 1-2, there for strike 3 looking, and a big first out for Ethan Alberts. Tri-C needed to find an out somewhere at the plate, one of the best ways to do it. And now that'll bring up Nico Reach, the second baseman. So far in the year, batting .352 with 35 RBIs and 71 career hits. And among them so far this year, 4 home runs. Runner at second, 1 down, top of the first. And Reach takes up and in. For those just tuning in, this start for Bryant Stratton, courtesy of Gavin McLean, a 2-run shot over the right field fence. And a big shot it was. Albert's 1-0, up and in again. I don't think you're at a spot right now that you think about the bullpen, but at the same time, you could get somebody hot. Worst case scenario, Bryant Stratton forces you to bring on Gilly, which, if he has to come in relief, you're in a bad spot. The 2-0 again inside. We've seen it before. Do we see it today? Again, you win both at home, you're guaranteed to win the conference, and you're pretty much locked into the 3 seed. Do you scratch him tomorrow and bring somebody else, or do you make an entirely different move? A big question could be answered soon. The 3-0 is on the inside edge for strike 1. Albert needed that decision and got it. Looking at the rest of the defense, Hill is doing the catching. Gallagher is at first, Janmass second, Bortnick short, Miller third. Left to right in the outfield, Drieger, Ross, and Farrell. Albert's 3-1, another drive deep to left center this time. Playable in the outfield. It'll be Drieger, and behind the pole will make the grab route number 2. Now throws to third, and the throw is just behind the runner. A good idea from the starting left fielder, but in the end, too late. And it is a very beneficial out for Bryant and Stratton. Productivity there from reach, as that'll bring up Hudson Gherkin, the third baseman. So 2 down, runner at third, 2-0 the score. And in the bottom of the inning, it's Jameer Ross, Brandon Bortnick, and Nate Hill. But Gherkin so far this year, 277 average with 40 RBIs. On top of that, 72 career RBIs and 81 career hits at Bryant and Stratton College. He has been quite impressive. A couple of these guys doing it in just simply 2 years, but a couple other guys in 4-year programs. And that is shown by the USCAA move for the men's basketball team, opting out of the 2-year format to go to a 4. The 1-0 bounces in. Now my dad, who is producing today, is an alum, I believe, of Bryant and Stratton. Was it 2 or 4? 2-year at the time. Were there any 4 years at that time? So it's been around for a long time now. At least since 1996, if I'm putting that math together correctly. There we go. Here's the 2-0. In there for strike 1. A perfect spot from Albert, who has really favored the inside edge today. And of course, early on, it did cost him a hard 90. Tri-C needs to find a way out of the top of the first. The 2-1 up high. After Gherkin, it'll turn to Kevin Sanchez, the first baseman. Sanchez, a strong hitter out of Riverside, Paynesville High School. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 runner on, and 1 hit so far today. And there is ball 4. So Gherkin will draw the walk, put runners at the corners. Here comes Sanchez, and a chance for Bryant Stratton to increase their lead in the top of the first. This is the dream start for the Bobcats again. 3 free passes in the home run. And on a day like this, in the cold, you have to avoid them as much as you can. But Gherkin at first has to be enjoying himself. And he's going to take off. Is it a balk? No. They're going to have the rundown. Albert overruns them. They will throw back to second. And now who knows where this ball's going to go. Janmass, he'll throw to third. It's not in time. Everybody is safe. Bryant and Stratton right now just trying to cause some chaos. I love that move from the Bobcats. It's a cold day. It's a dreary day. The ball is wet. Force a mistake. Going back to last Monday, Minerva, Manchester. 7 throwing errors for Minerva. Manchester made them throw the ball, and it hurt them. Same principle here. The first pitch backs out Sanchez. And I will say, at least on Mount Union's end, a big fan of the class of 2024 at Riverside. I know Bryant and Stratton loves Kevin Sanchez, but we have Mikey Maloney at Mount Union, and we're very grateful for him. Shout out QB1. The 1-0, poked foul. Looking at this coaching staff, a really good group of guys at Bryant and Stratton, led out by Austin C-Max. When he took the job in late 2023, he was only 27 years old and a college coach. Since then, has made 1 tournament appearance and has an above 500 record as the head skipper. The 1-1 misses high for ball 2. So far in the C-Max era, 69-61 his record. Going back in the day, played college ball at Malone, and during his high school days, played over at Streetsboro. 2 very good programs in the Portage and Stark region. Albert's 2-1, hung over the plate. Sanchez over towards third. It's Miller. He will double clutch, throw to 1. It's on the money, and the side is retired. A must get out, and Tri-C gets it just in the nick of time to retire the side. But Gavin McLean so far the story of the day. A 2-run shot over the right field wall. Middle of 1 at Ron Mottl. 2-0 your score. It's BNS on top.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Ron Mottl Field, bottom of the first inning, 2-0 your score. Bryant and Stratton College on top of the Triceratops as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. On the rubber today for BNS, it is Max Wagar, the redshirt sophomore from Highland High School. So far this year, 43 2/3 innings of work, 25 runs, 19 of which were earned, 23 walks, 64 punchies, a 3.92 ERA, a 6-3 record as he makes his 10th appearance and 10th start of the year. On top of that, 78 strikeouts in his career, and so far this year, a 13.19 K per 9 rate. In other words, he is a strikeout pitcher, and against a contact lineup like Tri-C, and when I mean contact, I mean strong contact, this is going to be the definition of two opposites colliding. And the first rendition of it misses high. If Tri-C can time him up, this defense might not be used to making plays against an offense that goes up against this pitcher. It could be a tough day at the office, especially given the cold. The 1-0 misses high. And of course, if you walk Jameer Ross here or let him on base, you have to deal with him and his speed. But you're trying to settle in. So far, 2 balls on Jameer Ross. The former Hornet sets and fires, missing high again. Count now 3-0. And the Tri-C dugout is going to let him have it. 3 balls, no strikes on the leadoff man, Jameer Ross. So far, a 5.08 average on the year through 24 games. And Ross will take ball 4. The leadoff man is aboard just like that. Looking at this Tri-C team, you never count them out no matter how the start goes. Even in one of the Lakeland games, they were down early on. They know how to come back, and of course, you get Jameer Ross on the bases. That is another component that you always have to be constantly looking at. He is nearly averaging a stolen base per game at this point, 22 in 24 contests. And right now he wants to make it 23 in 25. And he will stay patient. Right now, that's all you can do. When are we going to see the ball 6 chance? Is it going to be brought out in a game like this? It could. I think 0-0 you would, but right now, no. But so far, Wager, 5 balls, no strikes. He needs a strike here. First throws back, and it's not in time at Jameer Ross. And again, Jameer is a guy that you have to give a lot of attention to, yes, but to actually track him down, it is far from a gimme. The 1-0 right over the plate. A great response right there for Wager. Count now 1-1. Needed to find that first strike as Braden Bortnick is ready to go. Bortnick, a big piece of this lineup, coming back into the mix a few weeks ago. And Wager again breaks it in. Count now 1-2. 2 perfect pitches back-to-back on the breaking ball. For Bortnick so far this year, a .431 average. And this will be his 23rd game of the campaign. Of course, missed some time due to injury. Throwback again, had him leaning, but not in time. To get that much of a jump throwing back on Jameer Ross, it says something. That lean was incredible. Count remains 1-2. Runner at first, no one down. And that pitch is to the backstop. Ross is off to the races. And he will take the turn and stay at 2. But a big free pass for the speedster. And as well, that'll even things up on Braden Bortnick. In the on-deck circle after Bortnick, it'll turn over to Nate Hill. Bryant Stratton, some early struggles defensively after a great offensive start to the game. Deuces on Bortnick. And he will wave and miss for out number 1. First punch out of the day for Max Wager. A big out looking at the landscape of the game, but now that'll bring up Nate Hill. Hill so far this year has been a big standout addition for Tri-C, coming in from Toledo. A .351 average, but his claim to fame, 7 home runs and 32 RBIs. We've already seen 1 home run in this game, so why not a second? And Hill will take strike 1. Plenty cold out today at Ron Mottl Field. Just below the 50s, so right now hanging in the 40s with the chance of some snow overnight. Just depends on if it actually rolls in. At least a cold front will be coming tomorrow morning. The 0-1 hits him. A little doink off of Nate Hill, and that'll bring up Vinny Gallagher. So 2 on now for Tri-C, 1 down. And you talk about the most consistent hitter on this Tri-C team. Not power, not contact, everything combined. It might be Vinny Gallagher. So far this year, batting .418, 10 doubles, 3 triples, 2 home runs, and 43 RBIs. The 43 RBIs, one of the best records on this roster. And he wants to keep it going. And Gallagher, a beautiful piece into left field. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Ross will take the turn. They will send him home. The play at the plate is in time. They got him. What a throw from left field for out number 2. Dean steps up in a big way for the Bobcats. I get why you send him there, but at the same time, in a close game, you got to make sure he's in there. And he is shaken up at home. That'll keep 2 on, yes, but with another out, that is huge for Bryant and Stratton. So now here comes Diddy Farrell. Same scenario, but 1 less out to work with. Next inning for the Bobcats, it is Calvin Dean, who just had that excellent throw, followed by Stoltz and Cochler at the top. But what a turn. If Jameer is in there, this is a new ball game. Instead, it remains 2-0 Bryant and Stratton. Wager takes his time and delivers a strike on the outer edge. If they can keep this consistency going from here on out, it is going to be tough to score any runs on this defense. And of course, that gives so much more pressure on the offense to keep up the run support. Wager taking his time here before the 0-1, and Farrell will tip it foul. I believe it just hit off the plate before it trickled into fair territory. A big spot for this Bryant and Stratton defense. 1 game back right now in the OCCAC standings. A win here, you tie it up, and then the next game, heading into tomorrow, decides who is in first place in the conference. 2 strikes on Farrell. And he will chop it right back to Wager on the mound. His throw to 1 is true, and the side is retired. Bryant and Stratton backs against the wall, stand tall in the bottom of the first inning. And there is their reaction coming out of the dugout. They are enjoying this one, and why wouldn't they be? McLean, the difference maker so far through 1. It is 2-0 Bryant and Stratton on SmeeSports.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Koha Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.cohut@twfg.com. Cohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
The Bobcats in search of run support as we begin the top of the second inning. 2-0 your score. It is BNS on top of Tri-C as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening, flying solo live from Ron Mottl Field. It is Dean, Stoltz, and Cochler, 8, 9, and 1 due up this inning for the Bobcats. As Elbert's first pitch bounces in for ball one. Again, the difference right now, Gavin McLean, a 2-run homer back in the top of the first inning. It has made a world of difference so far. And then, after that, Calvin Dean, an excellent throw from left field, guns down Ross, going for home. And that kept it 2-0 at the time. And the next time Tri-C is up to bat, Bryant Stratton hopes to make it a little bit more than 2. Of course, what's at stake here? Tri-C, you win here. You're 2 games clear in the conference. You win the next one, you're conference champions. If Bryant Stratton wins it, the conference is evened up. You will have 2 teams with an 11-2 record in conference. From there, whoever wins game 2 tonight would take a 1-game conference lead into tomorrow with a chance to win the conference in game 1. The 2-1 runs inside and hits them. It is the second hard 90 today from Elberts. And now that'll bring up Jackson Stoltz, the center fielder. A tough injury last year held him out of his senior season at Benedictine for basketball. But back to work baseball-wise, .305 average, 13 RBIs, 3 doubles, and 1 home run. Of course, Benedictine now a part of the North Coast Conference after playing independent for so many years. It's good to see them joining that conference. Of course, Lutheran West joining very soon as well. The North Coast becoming a very good Division 2 through 4 conference. Stoltz fouls that one back. Of course, for baseball, as everybody expected, Padua is at the top right now, but Holy Name is right there as well. CVCA in the mix too. And of course, what helps, both of CVCA and Padua, they both have to play Holy Name still. CVCA one more time on the 18th, Padua on the 11th and 12th. Alberts 0-1, Stoltz pulls back the bunt. Small ball, a common tendency in Northeast Ohio baseball. We are seeing it more and more nowadays, especially in Stark County. If we go a game without seeing a bunt attempt from either team, it really says a lot about where the game is at, and most likely it just says it is a defensive slugfest. Again, the bunt on the 1-1. A poker over towards Miller at third. His throw to 1 is in time. They just got him for out number 1. But a productive bunt out for Jackson Stoltz, and that'll send us back to the top of the order with Drew Cochler. The first time we saw the DH, he got hit by a pitch. So 1 down, top of the second inning, 2-zip, and only 1 hit for each team. 2 hits so far. And there a strike one, a good delivery from Ethan Alberts. for Albert, he needs to keep his head up. It is tough to do in a spot like this after giving up that home run in the first. Shake it off, focus on the next couple of batters as he has done well so far. The 0-1 stays inside. Again, very risky what he has been doing, attacking the inner edge. If he goes over the plate, of course, that could give a good chance to line one down the right field line. But I would attack outside opposed to in, as that one is fouled back. But if he loses any bit of control on the inner portion of the plate, it's another free base. And you have to avoid giving up the freebies right now, just given what we have seen from this Bryant and Stratton team, what they can do with them. For both pitchers' sake, they both need to take care of it. The 1-2 runs inside. And again, every single delivery looks like it is nearly going to hit him or hit him. If I'm Hill, if you want to stay inside, set up a little bit differently. If you want to go outside, set up more outside. Just cannot have him get hit here with 2 strikes. And this time elevates it. Full count 3-2. And in the on-deck circle, it is Mr. McLean, who already has done a lot of damage. In fact, all the damage so far. And right now for Tri-C, just some stretching in the bullpen, no throwing. Full count on Cockler. And he will get jammed up. A sky around the infield. It'll be Hill behind the plate, calling it off and making the grab for out number 2. A big catch for Nate Hill, exactly what the doctor ordered. And now that'll bring us back to McLean. For McLean, a 2-run homer so far, not too shabby to begin the day. So 2 down, runner at second for McLean to have to battle through. And for Diddy Farrell out and right, you have to be ready for a ball to come back to you again. In this case, hopes to keep it down. First pitch there for a strike on the outer edge. Again, the more attacks we see on the outside, the better off Albert is going to be. We have seen the control issues inside. Navigate out and see what you can do. Just like that as, a close miss. That'll even it up 1-1. In the bottom of the second for Tri-C, it'll be Dreger, Merritt, and Miller, 6, 7, and 8. Tri-C needing to find some offensive rhythm as well. The 1-1, missing wide. For the record, both offenses are in a okay spot, at least stat book-wise. Each with a hit so far. And if you look at it, Bryant and Stratton in a worse spot with only 1 hit, albeit a home run, but still. Free passes tell a different story. The 2-1, high and out of Nate Hill's glove. But I said it pregame, when you have a pitcher who is a strikeout guy by nature and the ball gets put in play, it is going to be tough to break him down. And still, that is the same sentiment here. Count 3-1 on McLean, and there is strike 2. A no-doubter from our vantage point. And the count now runs full on the shortstop with Biscup in the on-deck circle. Dean at second, 2 down. Payoff pitch. McLean, another shot into right center field. Ross is going to get it. What a catch, and the side is retired. I don't know how he got there. There is the speed on display. I am going to have to watch this one back. For a second, I thought it just got behind him. Just incredible speed from Jameer Ross. Of course, was shaded that way anyway. Not the cleanest play, but he still got there in the end. A little stumble onto the warning track. As we were told, it is going to be slippery outside. And slippery it is in the outfield. Middle of 2 at Ron Mottl. 2-0 your score. BNS on top.
Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Nash Reader leads it off in the bottom of the second inning. 2-0 your score. Bryant and Stratton on top of Tri-C as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. Waving a miss to get things going. Below us, a good contingent of Bryant and Stratton supporters. Again, given the weather, especially the cold, impressive to see fans for both sides here. We expected at least some, but maybe not as many as we have. The 0-1 whipping wide. It's Nash Streeter, Cohen Merritt, and Brock Miller this inning. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Tri-C. So far today, 1 hit from Gallagher, and on that hit, Ross pressed his luck and in the end lost at home. Here's 1-1. Dreger, a good shot over to McLean at short. His throw to 1 is in time for out number 1. This defense continues to make the plays they have to make. And as long as this game stays 2-0, Bryant and Stratton is in a really good spot. With 1 down, here comes Cohen Merritt. Has had his injury issues this season. Good to see him back in the lineup as the DH. And getting him back, it gives you so much flexibility in your middle infield now with Bortnick, with Yanmaz, and now Merritt potentially coming back soon. As of right now, the DH, but could be back in the field soon, which is, of course, what you want to see for the tournaments. It was the same thing last year for him. Did miss the tournaments defensively. Had to DH. It was Justin Tyson, the sophomore at the time, now graduate at Tri-C. He came in and filled in nicely, but when you lost Cohen Merritt, you lost a big part of that middle infield. The 1-0 right down Broadway. And, of course, his middle infield counterpart is up here in the box, injured for the season. Entering play today, Cohen Merritt, a .325 average, 4 doubles, 1 triple, and 3 home runs in 26 games. The 1-1 breaks in for strike 2. Wager has settled in very nicely in this second inning. Has some early struggles, but looking at that K-to-walk ratio, 64-23, you can see why he settles in and exactly how he does it. And with only 1 punch out thus far. And it'll stay that way. That pitch getting to the backstop. Just like Jameer Ross, if you get Cohen Merritt on, you bring on one of the fastest runners in your arsenal. You have to make good use of him. You have to go station to station a little bit. The defense has made the plays so far. You're not in a spot to test them. The 2-2 on the outer edge, connects for strike 3 looking, 2 down. Wager back to the K game, gets his second of the afternoon. Just perfectly hit the bottom right quadrants. And that'll bring up Brock Miller, the third baseman. Entering play, the Indianapolis commit a .319 average with 10 doubles, 1 triple, and 22 RBIs. 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the second inning. And Bryant and Stratton continues to hang on to their 2-run lead. No, that time gets backed out. Once again, for those just tuning in and for those unfamiliar with the scenario, Tri-C sweeps today. They win the conference. Bryant and Stratton gets a win today. It goes to tomorrow to decide who is going to win the conference. The 1-0, Miller takes. Count now even. And if this were to be a BNS win, the next game would decide who heading into tomorrow has the advantage. The winner of that game would only need to win 1 tomorrow. The loser would have to sweep. Wagers 1-1, right down Broadway. Quickly 1-2 on Brock Miller with Zaylen Yanmaz in the on-deck circle. One hit so far today for both teams, one more productive than the other. A big spot here for Brock Miller to try and continue the inning. And before the pitch, he will step off. One ball, two strikes, the count. Wager taking his time, sets and fires, and will just miss. Not too bad of a spot that time around. I would say if we're comparing apples and oranges, that pitch looks more convincing as a strike than the last strikeouts. Of course, different spots and against different hitters. Wager back to work, the 2-2, high, we are full. The on-deck circle again, it is Zalen Yanmaz, the second baseman. Bottom of 2, full count on Brock Miller. The Bobcats looking for a 1-2-3 defensive stand. Wager's payoff pitch, inside for ball 4. And the inning will continue. Miller draws the walk, and here comes Zalen Yanmaz. Exactly what the doctor ordered. You needed the walk there. You needed something to keep this inning going and to bring up another dangerous hitter. So far in the year, Zalen Yanmaz batting .354. 6 doubles, 23 RBIs, and 12 stolen bases in 29 games, as this will be game number 30 for him. A good benefactor of circumstance, again with the Joey Laner injury, came into the lineup and really hasn't left since. And there's the wave and a miss. So an 0-1 count on the number 9 hitter, as in the on-deck circle it is Jameer Ross. So far today, Tri-C has had 4 base runners, 3 of which have come on free passes. A pair of walks and a hit by a pitch. Wager takes his time before the 0-1, and again, same results. Given the swings, given the location, elevate a fastball, you're in a good spot. Just based on what we have seen so far from Max Wager, this is where you get it done. And this as well as for bragging rights in Medina. Medina Highland versus Medina, I don't want to say senior, but Medina proper high school. The 0-2, a good drive from Yanmaz down the line, and they are going to call it foul. I mean, it just snuck foul. Had pretty much nowhere else to miss. And Bryant Stratton comes up lucky with one there. Definitely the right call, but we have seen it before. Zalen Yanmaz, when he gets a hold of the baseball like that, you have to hold your breath and hope for the best defensively. Going back to that Kellogg series, a ball a few inches to the right, and we're talking about a grand slam on his resume. Still no 2 count on Yanmaz. Runner goes, the pitch is fouled back. So we will do it again. After 2 whiffs, a good response from Zalen. Just getting on it and trying to do a little too much. I wouldn't hate if he waits back a little bit more and tries to put this one into right field. So far, his swings have been ahead of it. Make that adjustment, even if it takes you a little bit further down that line, or even if it stays left side, goes more towards short, you try it. Again, the 0-2, Yanmaz, that time does take it opposite side, but foul. Good adjustments. It's not the same spot. It's not the same swing. This is what you want to see from an at-bat like this. Adjustments made on the fly, and he has. 2 whiffs to begin, 3 more swings, all of which have created a foul ball. And 2 of which have been solid contact. Maybe the final time, maybe not. But again, the 0-2. And it will be the final 0-2 as it misses high. A great battle here from Zalen Yanmaz. That is his first take of the sequence, though. This will be pitch number 7 of the at-bat and only a 1-2 count. Well, it goes to show where this at-bat has gone. Again, Miller will break. The pitch is wide and to the backstop. Miller, he will take 2 and stay put. So run number 1 in scoring position now for the Triceratops. Perfect timing on the run as well. At worst for Zalen, this will be a QAB as the next pitch will be the 8th of the sequence. If he can get on now and give Jameer Ross a chance to do Jameer Ross things, a great chance for Tri-C to change their luck in the bottom of the second inning after it looked like a lost cause. You go 2 up, 2 down the way they did. It would take a lot for them to get on the board or at least get a runner, and so far they have the runner, they have a battle, just waiting for that run. And Wager will step off to call time. Looking again to the bullpen, no action for Tri-C. They will stick with Alberts. And given the rotation, I think right now that is your play. Deuce is on Yanmaz. Wager sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. He gets him on the 8th pitch of the at-bat, and the side is retired. Wager now has 3 punch-outs on the day, and the inning is over. The ace of the Bobcats doing his thing here at Ron Mottl Field. To the 3rd inning we go here in Parma. 2-0 your score as the Bobcats on top.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Two innings in the books at Ron Mottl Field on the campus of Tri-C West. 2-0 your score, courtesy of Gavin McLean, as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. It'll go Biscup, Kidder, and Reach. 3, 4, and 5 this frame for the Bobcats. And the first pitch is right down Broadway. Right now, an interesting game. 2 combined hits. And of course, you can't compare the hits. One is a single that nearly brought in a run. The other, a 2-run homer. But you look at the board that way, it just shows what Bryant Stratton has been able to do with their runners. And it was all timely hitting. We haven't seen a hit for them since the second at-bat of the day. The 1-1 to Biscup is there for strike 2. But of course, you have so many powerful hitters in this lineup. The more that Albert can lock them down and the more that he keeps this 2-0, the better. Of course, until the offense does their job. Swing and a miss on the 0-2. Or their 1-2, it's 1 up, 1 down. First strikeout of the day for Ethan Alberts. And now that'll bring up Adam Kidder, the catcher. So far today, 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. So it's second strikeout of the day. But for the Bobcats, a really interesting spot here. Happy with their lead, but yet unsatisfied as, again, this isn't any team they're playing. This is one of the best teams in the conference and a team that averages nearly 10 runs a day. Once you look at those official numbers, it's really telling just to show how powerful this team is, averaging 9.5 runs per game, allowing 5.2. One of the best conversion rates in the conference, while Bryant and Stratton, they're basically even. 7.75 runs per game scored, 7.9 allowed. And as things stand, a 3-0 count on Kidder. You look ahead to next inning for the Tops. It is going to be Ross, Bortnick, and Hill at the top. Looking for a better result the second time around. Alberts 3-0. It is there for strike 1. And I think Kidder had a different idea about that one. And I think the fans did too. I mean, it was a borderline strike on the inside. The 3-1, that time it's clear cut and we are full. To battle back like this, impressive from Ethan Alberts. I got to talk to him before the game, just trying to stay loose, and the big thing that he said was just staying confident. Payoff pitch chopped over towards Gallagher at first, and he will take it himself for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down, an ideal start to the inning for the Tops defense as Gallagher lets the outfield know. So now Nico Reach will step back up a flyout his last time up. But we are yet to see a 1-2-3 inning for either side today. We got close last time out in the bottom of the second, but never got there completely. And the first pitch waves wide. Entering play today, Ethan Albert, 34 1/3 innings work, 29 runs, 22 of which were earned, 19 walks, 43 punch-outs. A 5.77 ERA, a 3-1 record, and 8 appearances. So now 9 on the year, and you look at the tournament, depending on the rotation they want to run, he could make his 10th there. And it could even be out of the bullpen. Of course, you only have those games next week. You can be a lot different with your pitching. And there is the strike for a 1-2 count. But you would assume you'll see Torok and Gilbride at least in that series, and then from there, game 3, it's up in the air of who gets the nod. Alberts 1-2, swing and a miss, the side is retired. A 1-2-3 stand for the Triceratops as the inning is over. And he is loving it coming off the mound. Now 3 strikeouts on the day, and his dugout comes out to greet him and let him know what's up. Middle of 3 at Ron Mottl Field. The Triceratops offense looking to find some rhythm when we return with the top of their order.
Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
To the top of the third, or rather bottom of the third inning we go. 2-0 your score. Tri-C trailing Bryant Stratton as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. Wager has been rock solid on the mound so far today. His only hit allowed came from Gallagher, but Ross very involved in the play as he was caught out going for home. He walked his first time up, trying to reach again here and do what he couldn't do the first time around. Wagers 1-0 on the outer edge, connects. Kind of 1-1 on Jameer Ross. 5 home runs, 38 RBIs on the year. Really solid numbers from Jameer after missing last year due to injury. Wagers 1-1 across the plate and wide. Of course, a massive series this weekend, as that is the main talking point of both broadcasts today. These teams will do it again tomorrow afternoon at Solon Community Park. 2 massive games to close out the regular season. Wagers 2-1, Ross a swing and a miss. And that'll even things up at 2-2. Ross Bortnick and Hill this inning. 3 batters, all batting above 350 this season. Wager's 2-2 will just miss, and we are full. Good patience and good plate discipline for Jameer Ross. Needs to be selective, but at the same time has to protect. And here is his chance to do it. Full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Ross will take ball 4. And the leadoff man is aboard for the Triceratops. So both times the leadoff man has reached today for Tri-C, it has been Jameer Ross. Not often that it's the same guy doing the same exact thing like that. But either way, that is exactly what Jameer has done. So now Brayden Bortnick will step in for the second time today. A strikeout his first time up. But he does represent the tying run at the plate. And just like the first time, we are going to see a lot of attention placed on Jameer Ross. We saw his speed the last time, and we saw the way that he tested it as well. There's no surprise to see just how fast he is and how willing he is to show it. Wager now will offer as that pitch is behind Bortnick. Opted to go opposite side this time. Couldn't connect in the end. And you can see the smile from up here on Wager. He knew that one did not go anywhere near where he wanted it to. But a chance to reset and do it again. The 1-0 pulled back. So quickly a 2-0 count on Brayden Bortnick. The bunt still in play here. But with a 2-0 count, you could see Coach Kaplik remove the necessity of the bunt. And from here, he could just be swinging away. At the same time, though, you have to avoid any possible double play. And again, he will show bunt and take strike 1, so that'll change things a little bit. Just based on where things stand right now, I think the bunt sign is going to be on until he gets his second strike. But that could easily change. Runner goes. He will instead take high and in. 3-1 the count as Ross will take seconds. His 23rd stolen base of the season. And a positive count on Bortnick, too. Could we see him go again? He has the speed for it. Definitely has the timing, too. Wouldn't be surprised to see him think about it at least over at second. And Bryant Stratton also thinking about him as there is a swing and miss from Bortnick. Full count now, 3-2 on the shortstop. In the on-deck circle, Nate Hill, so plenty of power coming up. Wager looking for his first out and his 4th strikeout. Here's the payoff pitch, and Bortnick will poke it foul. A weird runner up the line, but in the end, it will hook foul. And Bortnick will get a second life as that pitch is not exactly what he desired. But a good job still to fight it off and live to see another pitch. That's the key. You're not always going to get that home run pitch, the pitch you want, no matter what it is. If you can fight off the bat and swing at the good and make an impact with it, you're doing better than most ball players in your exact same spots. Still plenty of focus on Ross at seconds. Payoff pitch again, swing and a miss, 1 down. And they're going to say it's on the tip to Kidder, a nice snag behind the plate. Wager now 4 punchies today. 3 swinging and 1 looking on Cohen Merritt. So now Nate Hill steps in, still has to deal with Jameer Ross at second, but 1 less out to play with. And after him, it'll go back to Vinny Gallagher, who has Tri-C's lone hit in game number 1. And there's the take for strike 1 on the outer edge. Tri-C has been very patient today at the plate, but I would say just continuing to see the trend, it's lack of aggression opposed to patience. You have to be more willing to swing. And that's a big reason why there's only 1 hit. Still plenty of time to change that. We have seen them put up 10 runs plus in an inning. We know what this team is capable of. You just have to show it today in the cold, dreary day outside. Go and show why you are one of the best ball clubs in Region 12, if not the best. The 1-1 Hill, swing and a miss. Wager right now just has Tri-C's number. And there was no surprise to see the ace get brought out for this game. This is exactly what everybody expected heading in. A statement from Bryant and Stratton, especially if they can get the win here. 1-2 count on Nate Hill. Wayer sets and delivers. Hill, a good rocket and caught at second. Throwback to second is in time. They got him. The side is retired. It is a do-it-all double play for Nico Reach. And the inning is over just like that. It'll be a 4-6 double play for the defense. Some timely stops for Bryant and Stratton. They do it again. Two amazing plays have taken potential runs off the board. If that ball is not knocked down, that's in right field, and then you have a question as to if you bring him around or not. The first time they did bring him around, and he was gunned down going for home. But either way, through three, Bryant and Stratton showing excellent signs of prowess, up by 2 on SmeeSports.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Three innings down at Ron Mottl Field in Parma. 2 hits, 2 runs combined so far. As it is Bryant and Stratton up 2-0 on Tri-C as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. Albert getting back to work here at his first pitch. There for a strike. Gherkin, Sanchez, and Dean 6, 7, and 8 do up this inning for the Bobcats. And again, only the 2 runs scored on the home run from McLean. They need more offense, they know it, as their defense has really saved them a few times now. A big defensive stand in the first, erasing a run going home, and then the double play that just ended the third. Albert 0-2, a good poke over towards third. It's Miller picking it up, and his throw to 1 is on the money for out number 1. So going back to the top of this order, 6 up, 6 down for Bryant and Stratton. And you go back to the wraparound, it is 7 up, 7 down. To get 7 consecutive outs, it's impressive from Tri-C. They have found the rhythm defensively, and again, it's just a waiting game until their offense comes up and makes their presence known. This game, it's the same exact game script for both teams. The defense is making play after play, making up until the offense can really blow the lid off the game. For now, Bryant and Stratton's offense doing more in that category, but still not too much more. A good swing, though, out into right field, and Diddy is there for out number 2. 2 up and 2 quickly down. And Albert again, he has retired the last 8 batters he has faced. That is huge for his confidence going forward. Still a question of if we will see action soon in the bullpen or not for Tri-C. As of right now, no. And of course, the home run puts the game in a different light, but you're looking at a one-hitter. You add that context, it's a different reaction to the question of if you warm somebody up or not. But again, if you just look at the box score after the game is done, it won't tell you that story. Albert 0-1. Grounder again to Miller at third. Again, he will throw to Gallagher, And again, it is in time. It's back-to-back 1-2-3 defensive innings for Tri-C as the side is retired. The last 9 batters faced for Tri-C have all come up and have gone right back to the dugouts. Middle of 4 at Ron Mottl, 2-0 your score. BNS on top.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of our business and your brand. Thank you to our advertisers along with Tri-C Athletics for making our telecast tonight possible. To the bottom of the 4th inning, we go at Ron Mottl Field, 2-0 your score, still courtesy of Gavin McLean's first inning home run. Not a lot of offense today. Again, 2 combined hits, and one of those 2 hits is in the batter's box right now in Vinny Gallagher. 1 for 1 of the day with a nice shot into left center. But so far, so good on the mound for Wager. 4 punch-outs for him. Of course, has allowed a few too many free passes for his liking, but beyond that, has pitched a really solid game so far. The 1-0 misses off the plate. From what we've seen this season, though, on Tri-C's behalf, they are always 1 pitch away from getting back in a game and 1 pitch away from making one of their classic rallies. They've done it so many times this season already. The 2-0, swing and a miss. And I believe they might say he got a piece of it. Either way, still a strike. Count out 2-1 on the first baseman. Already a couple of nice stretches over at first. The 2-1, Gallagher fouls it away. From 2-0 to 2-2. After the first baseman, it is Diddy Farrell and Nash Dreger due up. Of course, given the storms earlier today, the lights have been on pretty much all day, and looking at the sun trying to poke out, it's kind of weird to see the lights on at the same time as the sun. Here's the 2-2, waves and just misses. But a good breaking ball going right over the plate, just missing low. And the count now runs full on Gallagher. Wager looking for his 5th punch out today. And he won't get it. Instead, it's a chopper down the line. It's a race to the bag, and it's easily won by Sanchez. 1 up, 1 down to begin the bottom of the 4th inning. Perfect placement, perfect timing all the way around for Bryant Stratton's defense. We talked about Tri-C going 9 up, 9 down. Right now, 3 up, 3 down. Of course, you have 4 putouts in a row because of the double play. But disregarding that walk, you go back, it goes to a 5 up, 5 down sequence on paper. And Farrell accidentally fouls that one off. That pitch just ran way too far inside as he dinks it away. The Tops in need of some run support here, down by 2. And they need it soon. Of course, you still have a game after this, but you don't want to make it a winner is on top of the conference game opposed to a we win the conference game. Of course, Tri-C's goal is to simply win the conference tonight and take the guesswork out of tomorrow. if the road trip is to Seoul, and of course not the end of the world, but they want to make it where they play at home next week. The 1-1 way off the plates. Count now 2-1. And as well for those keeping score at home, both hits came back in the first inning. We have not seen a hit since Gallagher stepped in the bottom of the first. Here's the 2-1, and it'll just miss in. And it nearly clipped Diddy as well. But just to count the batters on Tri-C's end, since that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 10th batter since that base knock. Wigglers 3-1, swing and a miss, and we are full. And for Bryant Stratton, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if Farrell doesn't get a hit here, we will have gone a combined 20 hitters without a base knock. For both teams, the offense has had its struggles lately. Full count 3-2 on Farrell. And the payoff pitch is well wide for ball 4. So Tri-C will get a base runner with 1 down, and that'll set up Nash Dreger. A big spot for Dreger, needing to step up here again for Tri-C's offense. And you can see the fist bump of approval by Coach K down the line at first. But for Nash so far today, 0 for 1 with a ground out to McLean at short. Needs to find something here with a runner on. Tri-C down 2-0. A chance to claw 1 back here. And the first pitch waves wide right. Right now both pitchers settling in after a little rocky stint in the first inning. The question is, will we eventually see some action in either bullpen this game? And I think a lot of that does hinge on if Tri-C scores or not. The 1-0 is there on the outer edge. But as long as we see a one-hitter for Wager, there is really no question outside of pitch count as to if he is going to stay in the game or not. It's a no-brainer unless he starts to get rocky with the walks. At that point, maybe, but still, I don't know if you do. The 1-1, swing and a miss from Dreger. Plenty of power behind the swing, but the timing off. Count now 1-2 on the Canadian left fielder. After Dreger goes to another Canadian and Cohen Merritt's. Wager taking his time, throws back, it's not in time. Tri-C 6 Canadians on the roster, Bryant Stratton 5. A combined 11 today. Not often you see numbers like that, especially from one country. Of course, outside of the U.S. But impressive to see what Canadian baseball is doing even stateside. The 1-2, Farrell breaks, throw down to second is not in time, and Diddy will steal seconds. That'll be the second stolen base today for Tri-C. And that'll put their opening run in scoring position. Count still 2-2 on Dreger, far from a guarantee. But now a base knock could bring in the first run today and make it a one-run game. And for Tri-C, they want to make that the reality. Here's the 2-2. Dreger shot into right center field, and it is going to be caught for out number 2. Farrell, in the meantime, he will tag up, going to third, and he is easily going to cruise in there. So Farrell now 90 feet away, but at the expense of Nash Dreger. And now that'll bring up Cohen Merritt's. A big spot for Co as the DH to step up for Tri-C. And they need to. They need to get something out of him here. A base hit scores a run. Make it a 2-1 game entering the 5th. It's a lot more manageable. Of course, still 2-0 is manageable. But you don't want to have to manage it right now. You want to rather manage a tie game if you can. But again, you cannot count out this Tri-C team just knowing what they have done in the past. If you've done your homework, both sides that is, you understand what is at stake and you understand what they bring to the table. The 1-0, Merritt flies this one into right field. It'll be foul, and it'll be unplayable. Count now 1-1. And of course, we have seen it before. Cohen Merritt does have home run power. That'd be something if both runs so far would be scored on home runs. But of course, still one swing away, but a big swing away from it. Wagers 1-1, foul back. Merritt definitely on it. 2 foul balls so far, but the Tops are down to their final strike of the inning. Farrow at third, 2 down, 1-2 counts. The Tops in search of a big hit. They just need to find something that gets them on the board. Wager sets and deals and misses wide. An excellent stop on the plate from Kidder, as if that ball gets behind him, you're looking at a 2-1 game just like that. And again, we have not seen a hit in a long while. I believe if Merritt doesn't get a hit here, that would be 22 at-bats in a row combined. Here's the 2-2. Good grounder from Merritt, and it is picked up at third. The throw to one is just in time, and the Bobcats keep it scoreless. An excellent throw and recovery from Gherkin to retire the side, and Bryant Stratton retains their 2-0 lead. In a big way, the Bobcats step up and again play sound defense as expected. To the 5th we go, 2-0 your score.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
After Bryant Stratton took a 2-0 lead in the first inning, it has been a stalemate since then. No hits since the bottom of the first inning. No nothing really since the bottom of the first inning. But the score remains 2-0 in favor of the Bobcats. Albert's first pitch there for a strike. He combined 7 strikeouts for the pitchers today, 4 for Wager and 3 for Alberts. Both pitchers settling in and not allowing a hit in the last 3 frames. As long as both ends keep it going the same exact way, Bryant Stratton will get the better end of the deal. And again, that would tie things up atop the conference and make game number 2 today. A winner takes first place for now in the conference game. However, if Tri-C comes back and wins this game and wins game number 2, there is no doubt about it, they will be in the tournament as a host next week and most likely as a 3 seed. And then from there, most likely playing Bryant and Stratton again. Alberts, 1-2 in the dirt. Such a weird phenomenon to see potentially an OCCAC matchup in the tournament after just seeing them play each other a few days before that. If you see the full extension of it, you can see the same exact matchup 7 games in a row. And then from there, you're just looking at a true MLB series. But at the college level, if you play the same exact team 7 times in a row, it's really a phenomenon. Payoff pitch misses high for ball 4. And that'll put Stoltz on at first. And as well, they'll interrupt the 9-up, 9-down streak for Ethan Alberts. His first base runner allowed since Calvin Dean got hit by a pitch back during the first go-around in the second. So now Cockler will step back in here. Third go-around now for Bryant and Stratton. Albert sets and fires, but misses high. Thus on, it looks like has officially won the battle and has poked out a little bit. Only took us a little bit, and still, again, we have the lights from the field doing us some favors, too. Albert taking his time. Here's the 1-0. Breaks in perfectly to even it up. This is where the sun is going to play tricks, and if the sun comes out at the right time on a fly ball, considering we haven't seen it, we could see a potential error, which the defense has to be ready for on both sides. You cannot get blinded by the light here. Runner goes, pitches wide, throw down from Hill is on the money. They got him. What a throw from Nate Hill. And that'll immediately erase the base runner. A ball, but a very productive one. And we'll see it here on the replay just to see exactly where he got him, but that throw was perfectly in stride. You kind of anticipated that run. Then Hill on the money, perfectly in there with a tag from Zalen Yanmez. But a big momentum swinger in favor of Tri-C. But still plenty of work to do here. 3 balls, 1 strike the counts. After Cockler, it'll turn to McLean. And of course, McLean already has 1 big swing today. And speaking of big swings, way foul this time, but a solid rope. And we are full. Make sure you do stick with us, though, for game number 2, starting around a half an hour after game number 1 concludes. Scheduled between 7:30 and 8 p.m., so a late night at the office. Albert's payoff pitch, a chopper up the middle. Picked up over at short, and the throw to 1 hops in, but not in time. A tough play for Bortnick to make over at short, and in the end, it is a free base. Just the placement of it was perfect. There's nothing else you could have done there. It's one that'll kick you, especially given who was stepping into the batter's box. And with that being a base knock, that is our first hit since the bottom of the first inning for either team. Defense has told the story all the way around today. And McLean, he wants to double up his hits today too. But he will have to wait as that pitch misses well high. Looking ahead to the bottom of the inning, it's Miller, Yanmaz, and Ross, 8, 9, and 1 due up for Tri-C. Needing at least 2 runs as things stand a tie and 3 to take the lead. The 1-0 easily in there. This is a redemption at bat for Albert on the mound. Of course, he did force the fly out into right center field, but still a solid swing. If you can strike him out here, that would send a massive message to Bryant and Stratton. The 1-1 breaks in perfectly. And he is a strike away from doing exactly that. Of course, you still have Biscup in the on-deck circle, but to get the strikeout here, 1 foot into the 6th. 1-2 the counts. And it is fouled away by McLean. As expected, this will be a tough battle for both parties to win. Once again, a tough spot for both teams just in general right now. Tri-C 11-1 in conference play. Bryant and Stratton 10-2. 1-2 the count. Throwback before the pitch is not in time. But Tri-C's offense, they need to find some kind of energy. Of course, had a chance to tie it up or at least get a run in the first. Here's the 1-2, and it is going to be foul. Hit off the plate before Hill can get there. So he will do it again. But of course, the tournament starting next week, a massive time for all 10 teams making the tournament out of Region 12 in Division 2. Of course, on the Division 3 end, Owens looks to be the #1 seed out of the OCCAC. The 1-2, McLean a drive deep to right field. Again, Jameer Ross in right center is there to make the grab for out number 2. Every single swing today for McLean has had so much power behind it. It's exactly what you would expect for a hitter of his caliber. And of course, you look at what could have happened there, or on their own ballpark, what could have been a home run. Tri-C very grateful to have out number 2 and to keep the runner at first. Now Tyler Biskup will step in. Runner goes here. The pitch is high hill to get a second throw out this inning. Not in time. Nearly had it. The tag just came in a hair late from Zalen Yanmas. But that would be something if he got another one. And instead, it's a runner in scoring position. A crucial run, too. And now time is called as Coach Karen will go and have a word with Ethan Alberts. Looking ahead to next week, our broadcast coverage will begin on Tuesday. The question is where, and a lot of that does come down to weather. A chance that we have Marlington versus Alliance Baseball, or we will be here as Holy Name hosts NDCL. On Wednesday, for sure, we will be in Alliance as the Aviators take on Marlington to round out the EBC season. Thursday, we are going to be here assuming Tri-C hosts at 4 and 7. Next Friday is still up in the air. Could be a number of places, could be nowhere. Next Saturday, same thing, just depending on the OAC tournament. If we are not doing any games down there, we will be here as Holy Name hosts Kenston. And then from there, it is Holy Name Padua on the 11th and 12th. But before all of that, join us on Sunday from Conotton Valley High School. It'll be our final doubleheader of the season for KSU Tusk as they take on Wright State Lake. And as well, it is going to be senior night for the Golden Eagles, and a massive senior night at that. 4 big players who have changed that program will be honored. And from what we understand, 4 players who will help them reach the tournament for the first time in program history. But that remains unconfirmed. The 1-0 hits the top of the zone. But from what we understand and from what we have read, KSU Tusk will be dancing into the Small College World Series of the USCAA. Which, if they get there, that is so impressive for them. The 1-1 misses high. Again, next inning for Tri-C, Miller, Yanmaz, and Ross. 2 down, top of 5, runner at second. The 2-1, swing and a miss, an excellent response from Alberts. And he is 1 strike away from getting out of this pickle. We could also see some action from Cockler on the bases. Already has taken 1, why not try to double it up? And from there, make it where a base hit brings you in. Alberts 2-2, misses wide, and we are full. If the inning were to go beyond Tyler Biskup, it would turn to Adam Kidder, the catcher. And it looks like there is some preliminary throwing in the bullpen for Bryant and Stratton. It'll be interesting to see who they do bring on. Full count 3-2 on Tyler Biskup. Here's the payoff pitch. A good rope and into right field from Biskup. Farrell able to retrieve it. The runner will be sent home. Cut off by Gallagher. No contest at home. It's an RBI single for Tyler Biskup. Make it 3-0 Bryant and Stratton. The big man again provides a spark for the Bobcats. It's their 2 best hitters today doing the damage. After no hits for 3 innings, Bryant and Stratton get the next 2 on the board. This one bigger than the first. And I don't hate the decision from Vinny to cut that one off. That was the right call in my opinion, but still a good relay attempt from Farrell in the outfield. But Tyler Biskup provides a big insurance run to Bryant and Stratton. Now he is off to the races. Fly ball sent to right center. And Jameer Ross again, and the side is retired. But exactly what the doctor ordered for Bryant and Stratton. They play one courtesy of Tyler Biskup. Middle of 5 at Ron Mottl. 3-0 your score as the Bobcats on top.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Bryant Stratton inching closer and closer to the end of this one. Bottom of the fifth we go. It's the Bobcats up by 3. But Tri-C, they look for a response with Brock Miller, Zaylen Yanmaz, and Jameer Ross. A great game so far today at Ron Mottl Field. 3 hits, 3 runs for the Bobcats. 1 hit, no runs for Tri-C. And now 1 hit again coming from Vinny Gallagher back in the bottom of the first inning. And for a good while, that was our only hit in a long time. Chopper over towards third to get things going. Throw to 1 on the money. 1 up and 1 quickly down, courtesy of Gherkin. And going back to last inning, that is his second consecutive putouts. Maybe not Parker Lincoln's numbers from what we saw on Tuesday when he had 5 of the first 6 for Minerva, but still impressive to see his efficiency. And now here comes Zaylen Yanmaz, who struck out swinging his first time up. But if the Bobcats are counting down, right now you're at a spot where you are 8 outs away from getting a massive win. And again, Wager continues to dial in on the mound. There is action in the pen. Do we see a change? I'm going to assume no. And I think if you do see a change, that is Tri-C's best chance to win. Wager 0-1, swing and a miss. It's very similar to what we talked about with B-Dub on Tuesday. When Braden Wood pitches for Minerva, you do not pull him unless he exceeds the pitch counts. If you do, you're going to lose the game. And I feel like it's the same exact thing here. You pull Wager, it's open season. So far, the stats don't lie. Through nearly 2 go-arounds, he has been unhittable. Only 1 today. Here's the 0-2 just off the plates. And going back to that hit, there was still an out recorded on the same play, Ross coming home. So the hit was in vain. There is not a hit on the board for Tri-C today that did not result in an out. And that speaks volumes about this defense. The 1-2, Yanmaz. It's caught on the tip from Kidder. 2 up, 2 down. And Wager now has his 5th punchy of the day. Back to the top we go now with Jameer Ross. 2 walks for him. But what a job from the Medina Highland alum. A pseudo homecoming for him. Not too far away from his old high school. Now up to 83 strikeouts on his career. And depending on how he plays in what could be his final start in the tournament, he could nearly get to 100. Of course, it depends on what he can do here. In the meantime, a fly ball sent into right center field. It'll be caught by the center fielder, Stoltz, and the side is retired. Bryant Stratton continues to apply the defensive pressure, allowing nothing, and they are now 6 outs away from the upset. To the 6th we go as the Bobcats up by 3 on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
To the top of the sixth inning now we go. 3-0 your score. Bryant and Stratton on top of Tri-C as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening live from Ron Mottl Field. Elber misses on the first pitch inside. Right now for the Bobcats, their goal is simple. Win here and force another big game up next. Of course, regardless, it is going to be a massive game as you lose this one, you lose the next one. You cannot win the conference. But you win this one, whoever wins game 2 would walk out of here tonight with the conference lead. And for the Bobcats, they would desperately look for that. The 1-1 skips in. They need 6 outs. Tri-C needs 3 runs to tie, 4 to take a lead. And a lot of it resides on Ethan Elbert settling in and continuing to get the job done. The 2-1 grounder and through. It's a seeing eye single into left field. Hit number 4 today for the Bobcats. Perfectly pieced by Nico Reach. Already a defensive double play as well for him. Bryant Stratton, it's not about their offense today. It's about their defense, allowing the offense to settle in. And now that they have, the defense has done their job. And while they still have to do a little bit more, they have done pretty much the majority of the tough work so far. So now here comes Hudson Gherkin, the third baseman. A walk and a ground out for him so far. That Bryant Stratton dugout loving it. Runner goes. Tipped foul. Throw down is not in time. He just is in there. First stolen base of the day for Nico Reach. And run number 4 is now in scoring position for the Bobcats. But a tough spot right now for Tri-C. Only 1 hit. They need a little bit more. This is right now their worst offensive performance of the season. Albert's 0-1, hits him. Put 2 on now for Kevin Sanchez. And it's the dream start to the inning again for Bryant and Stratton. The first 2 runners are on, and a chance to grow their already sizable lead up 3. And now the action of the bullpen might be a little more rapid. Looking down there, I believe that is Mason Wolf is warming up. We could see Wolfie soon. Bunt shown and immediately pulled back for strike 1. But I think if Elbert allows 1 more base runner, you do make the move. It's a tough call right now. 4 hits so far. But Bryant Stratton knocking on the door of truly blowing the lid off this game. Bunt again shown. The bunt will die in no man's land. Good cover from Yanmaz, and his play is made. They throw back to third, not in time. But still a productive out. Another good bunt, this time from Sanchez. So but 2 runners in scoring position, 1 down for Calvin Dean. Dean, a hard 90 and a ground out for him. And it looks like the cell phone in the press box. That cell phone? Old phone, wall phone. The phone is gone in the box. First pitch there for a strike. I mean, how old does that thing have to be? I mean, it's hanging up on the wall again. That's a positive, I guess, for now. Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss. I really do hope that works. And now it's off the wall again. We need a camera on the press box just to show what's going on. Here's the 0-2, swing and a miss, a big second out. Fourth strikeout today for Ethan Alberts. And he needed that one. Trying to get a shot of it in here. Can we do it? I think we got it. I think now there we go. Trying to fix the camera. And it works in time to see them messing with the phone. You know what? It's quality content. We'll take it. It's the little things, isn't it? 1-0 count here on Jackson Stoltz, the center fielder. A good take now, 2-0. And of course, you have the top of the order coming back up very soon. This is where you need to get out of the inning. But of course, if you do give up the lead, you have your best hitters coming up in the seventh. So not a bad spot either way for the Bobcats. The 2-0 in the dirt for ball 3. And right now, if you're trying to see, you're thinking bases loaded. That change could be coming. Albert needs a strike. That's the guarantee. From there, what happens, no one knows. Albert's 3-0 is high for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. How about it for Bryant and Stratton? Time is now called by Coach Kaplik, and that is going to do it for Ethan Alberts. It is going to be Mason Wolf coming on to pitch for Tri-C in the top of the 6th inning. A tough day, allowing only 4 hits, but 3 runs come to pass for the Bobcats under Albert's watch. And now they will have to turn it over to the sophomore from Chardon. But what a result so far today for the Bobcats. Up 3-0. Bases loaded as Albert exits the game. And now turns right back around. There we go. Now he's ready to come off. But still some good strikeouts today. A big second out of this inning. And now the game is in the hands of Mason Wolf and the offense. Time now for the call to the bullpen in Parma. 3-0 your score.
Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, Jack Kibble has steered us astray with the bullpen. That is indeed not Mr. Mason Wolf. That is Lincoln Briggs on the mound today. He knocked over the phone. Wrong guy on the mound. 0 for 2 today. I hope batting practice went well for you today. I hope at least batting practice went well for you today. But Briggs is ready to go on the mound for Tri-C in the top of the 6th inning. Bases loaded, 2 down. He's still catching strays over there. I believe he tried pinning it on Laner, too. Never a dull moment up here. Never a dull moment, but Lincoln Briggs, a 2.65 ERA on the season. This is his time to shine, and literally no room for error. The bases are loaded. And Cochler, 1 for 2 today, stepping in. First pitch from Briggs, right down Broadway. If he can get out of this inning quickly, it gives the offense a chance to reset and try to find their second hit of the day, and so on and so forth. But if it stays 3-0, their odds of winning are drastically more than if it's 4, 5, or 6. The 0-1, yes, swing and a miss. I believe he just offered either way. It should be a strike, and Briggs needs one more here. The first two are the easiest two. The last one, never the easiest. A lot of pressure on the freshman from Medina High School, but there's a reason why Coach Kaplik and Coach Stahlberg brought him in. The 0-2, he got him, strike 3 looking, the side is retired. How about it for Lincoln Briggs? He is turned going back to the dugouts. That is why you bring in a hard-nosed reliever. Ice in his veins, gets the job done, back against the wall, and the side is retired. Against the top of the order, no less. Maybe the biggest pitch of his career, and he is loving it. Is that the spark the Tops needed? We will find out when we return. Middle of 6, 3-0 your score.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Lincoln Briggs with a massive strikeout to end the top of the 6th inning. Will it transfer into offensive momentum? Bortnick, Hill, and Gallagher will try to do that. 2, 3, and 4 in the bottom of the 6th. A pivotal point in the game for Tri-C, down by 3. This is their chance to get back in the game and do what they do best: rally late. Wager stays on the mound for Bryant Stratton as his first pitch is well wide. There has been some action in the bullpen for Bryant Stratton, but as I've said, the best chance for the Bobcats to win is to keep him on the mound. Of course, if the wheels fall off, you have to make that call. The question is, who do you go with? A lot of great arms on this staff. The question is, of course, Flanagan is a guy that you've brought in some relief and save efforts in the past. Do you put him out here on the road against his old team? It's a tough call. Most games, I feel like, just based on his track record coming in 13 games so far this year, you would bring him on. But against his old team, question marks. Bortnick, a pop-up into foul territory, and Sanchez will track it down for out number 1. An excellent job to catch up to that one. And the Bobcats now need 5 outs to get out of here in game number 1 with a win. And of course, the one-hitter remains intact for Wager. Talk about a big day at the office for him on the rubber. He has been the silencer that the Bobcats have been looking for. And now here comes Nate Hill, who hit into a double play his last time up. But 1 up, 1 down. The Tops needs some smoke. And Hill takes strike 1. You could tell he wanted to offer there. That little twitch in the end didn't go for it. I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. We need to see this Tri-C team get more aggressive in the batter's box, especially now down to 5 outs. The 0-1 wide. Of course, that keeps in mind you have to take the clear balls. You can't get too antsy. You can't overcommit yourself. But at the same time, you got to be more aggressive and on those borderline strikes, make a good attempt. The 1-1 well wide. And again, you have not had a hit since the bottom of the first inning. You have gone through the order pretty much 2 times since then without a hit. A few base runners on wonks and hard 90s, but otherwise, nothing. The 2-1 wide for ball 3. Of course, that does beg the question, do you see some pinch hits? Trabenter not starting today. Do you bring him in to hit as he has been hot lately? Jackson Bowles, do you bring him in? Bryson Britton, another hot bat. You have options. Here's the 3-1. Fouled back, and we are full. It'll be decision time, especially if the score remains 3-0. But with 1 down right now, Tri-C just needs a base runner. After Hill, it's Gallagher and Farrell. So not a bad spot to do some damage. But it has to start right now. Full count on Hill. Wager's payoff pitch. It is going to hit him. A hard 90 to the ankle. So the second time today that Hill has reached, and both are because he got hit. And that has been the big control issue today for Wager. And, well, both pitchers have had a fair share of hard 90s and free passes. The free bases have killed both pitchers, but, of course, looking at the scoreboard, one side hurt a little bit more by it. And as things stand, the second hitter of the game decided the winner. But, of course, still plenty of time for this Tri-C team, just needing to find somebody who can step up and provide a big swing. Maybe Gallagher, who has the lone hit so far. And he takes wide. Of course, with all the free passes, it begs the question of if Coach C-Max is even thinking about making the call to the bullpen. You would think because of that, yes, but at the same time, there's only 1 hit, and you need hits to win. The 1-0, Gallagher takes it again wide for ball 2. There are 2 arms getting loose in the bullpen. Again, the question is, who do you bring? And if you go to your typical main reliever in Flanagan, is this the time on the road against his old team? In most other cases, it's a no-brainer. The 2-0 again off the plate. All 3 pitches have missed in the same exact spot. Now we're hearing both lefties, so no Flanagan, which I do agree with that call. I don't think you put him in game 1. Never mind, we're getting more false information. 0 for 3. Here's the 3-0. It's wide for ball 4, and that'll put 2 on and bring up Farrell. One of these games, we're going to have to give Jack a headset to defend himself. We might have to. Now time is called. It is going to be Coach C-Max coming out here. It's such a tough call. If he pulls him here, I don't hate it necessarily, but in my opinion, I don't think you make the call right now. I think you keep your faith in Wager, who, again, has a 1-hitter. I get the free passes, which it appears will keep him in, but if it continues, yes, you make the change, but for now, no. But Diddy Farrell, a chance for him to leave this game with more than what he has so far, which is a walk and a ground out and a stolen base. Coming back from injury a few games ago, this is his chance. And here it is. The Seminole chop is back. Can it work again for Tri-C with 1 down? A big question here, as you can just hear it off to the side. Farrell, a good take for ball 1. Now, after all I said, if this is a walk, you pull him. I will stand on that. Not the easiest call, but if you walk, the base is loaded, you make a pitching change. That is, I would say, a given, especially with Nash in the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-0, and it will nearly hit him. 2-0 count on Diddy Farrell. I think a hard 90 would absolutely electrify that dugout. Of course, a walk would do the same, but if he gets hit, even more so. Here's the 2-0. Farrell gets a piece of it down the right side, and it is going to die in foul territory. Count out 2-1 on Farrell. What a big spot for the Ashland commit. A big piece coming into the mix there. Count it 2-1. Another look at the dugouts. Farrell, a chopper over towards short. McLean will get the out at 2. The relay to 1. It is not in time. Farrell beats it out. So that'll keep the inning going with runners at the corners, now 2 away. And Nash Dreger a chance to do his damage. A strong hitter as the walk-up music was cut because of, I believe, a phone call. I think it just got cut in general. Well, I guess Nash is okay with it. I mean, that just caught me completely off guard. You hear the song and then radio silence. First pitch to Dreger off the plate for ball 1. Looking ahead to next inning, it is McLean, Biscup, and Kidder. 2, 3, and 4, so a great spot to do some extra damage. Runners at the corners, 2 down, bottom of the 6th. Throw back to 1, not in time. But still a good idea from Wager as he still wants to try and catch him leaning. But a big turning point potentially, especially if Tri-C can at least plate 1. But we do know that Nash Dreger does have home run hitting ability. Has 6 on the year. And the 1-0 will miss off the plate. If the bases were loaded again, it would be Cohen Merritt. But a big spot in the game for both teams. A lot of pressure on both ends, especially given the conference race. Wagers 2-0, right down Broadway. Exactly what the doctor ordered, a strong response for strike 1. Definitely a chilly afternoon at Ron Mottl Field, turning into evening. And as well, we are nearing the 2-hour mark of game number 1. Runner goes on the 2-1 swing, and I believe he fouled it back. So Farrell will have to go right back to first, and it's a 2-2 count on Dreger. Once again, the stat remains true. No hits since the bottom of the first inning for Tri-C. But yet they have base runners. And it again comes down to the free passes. But Tri-C not giving up yet. They need a spark from somewhere. Could it be Dreger? Wagers 2-2. Dreger a shot down the right field line. But it is going to go well foul. So we will try it again with a 2-2 count. Good contact from Dreger. Has the right idea. Just needs to straighten one out. And it sounds like the chant has changed in a 7 Nation Army. And now Wager will step off the mound. For that dugout, not afraid to change things up. Tri-C, they need it here. Deuce is on Dreger. And he will take ball 3 in the dirt. Full count now. An excellent take from Nash. Not an easy pitch to lay off of just based on where it was. Everybody wants to be a hero. But if this ball is not in the zone, be the hero and walk. You got to be patient. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Nash Dreger. Farrell goes, payoff pitch, swing and a miss. This side is retired. He gets out of the inning in style. A massive punch out to silence Tri-C. The Bobcats take that 3-0 lead of theirs into the 7th. What a punch out for Wager. That'll be his 6th. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. And there it is. To the 7th inning we go. One last chance to provide some run support. But of course, all focus will be on the bottom of the inning when Tri-C comes back up again, as of right now, down by 3.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Tri-C's defense back to work in the top of the 7th inning. McLean, Biscup, and Kidder do up 2, 3, and 4 for the Bobcats. And what a spot they are in. Defensively, 3 outs away from getting a massive upset win to tie things up atop the conference with the Triceratops. Briggs' first pitch is low for ball 1 to McLean. But last inning, 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and 1 punch out for Lincoln Briggs. Exactly what he had to do. Got it done in timely fashion. But in the end, the Tri-C offense could not respond. Only 1 hit today for the Tops. And you go into game number 2, the bats have to be more active. But the question is, will it be against Wager in the next inning or not? There has been so much action in the bullpen. It could just be cautionary action, but at the same time, it could be to get somebody actually ready to go as that ball is off the press box. I believe the young fans moved, and I'm pretty sure they're happy they did. We'll see. Are they down there still? Yeah, they're still down there somewhat. But a little more out of harm's way. 2-1 count on McLean. And it's well wide for ball 3. Of course, coming out of Tiffin Columbian High School, one of the more prominent groups in that area. Just really good at everything over there, especially football in Division III. A tough team no matter when you had to play them. Here's the pitch, and it's up and in on the 3-1 for ball 4. So McLean will get on base for technically the second time today, but will stop at first for the first time. And you can kind of see the first base coach. It's a little cold down there at first. Trying to warm up the hands at the same time. So the leadoff man is aboard, and that'll bring up Tyler Biscup. An RBI single his last time up, which made it 3-0. And as of right now, that is the last run. McLean takes off, pitch is low, throw down is high and not in time. Good backup, though, from Yan Maz in center field. First stolen base of the day for Gavin McLean. And run number 4 now stands in scoring position for the Bobcats. As well, make sure that you stick with us after our final commercial break, after this game goes final, as we will announce our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. A lot of great candidates for that award so far. And now a good drive from Biscup deep to right field. Farrell is there at the warning track and will make the grab for out number 1. In the meantime, McLean will cruise on over to third. Another powerful swing from Tyler Biscup, and that'll put another star player 90 feet away from scoring. That 1-2 punch in the 2-3 spot is just such a dangerous tandem. And especially given the metrics of their home ballpark, I would say if this game was at Solon Community Park, Biskup would have the game's second long ball. But alas, it's here at Ron Mottl where the depth is a little more defined. In the meantime, a first pitch strike there from Briggs. Runner at third, one down for Adam Kidder, the catcher. Both the tops up by three, or down by three rather. Bryant Stratton trying to extend the lead while the tops try to keep it there, and that'll be a big help for the Bobcats. A hard 90 for Kidder. And he will take his base down the line at first. A big spot now for Nico Reach. A single his last time up. A single here, make it 4-0. And the Bobcats would be in dreamland at that point. And now they're going to reciprocate the Seminole chant. Those fighting words, or is that gamesmanship? Don't hate it. It was brought out against you. Why not reciprocate? Now we'll see if it pays off for them here. Briggs sets and fires, nearly hitting him, and actually it did. So Reach will get hit. It's back-to-back hard 90s, and the bases are loaded for Hudson Gherkin. Still one down, and I think the Bobcats are vindicated with their choice of the Seminole chop. Now Coach Kaplik, I believe, is going to come out here and appeal. And that was a borderline call that he got hit. I really didn't think he did. Definitely a tough call to make in a really big spot, as you don't call that it's still a ball, but the bases wouldn't be loaded. And it looks like the call will remain the same. Third base coach very happy down the line. A big hard 90 for Reach, and Gherkin. A walk, a hit by a pitch, and a ground out. Walker hard 90. It's 4-0. But Briggs facing down a bad situation, gets strike one. So back-to-back innings, he will face bases loaded. Of course, the first time was not on his watch. This time it is. So a completely different scenario. The 0-1 again there. Quickly 0-2. I get being patient, but two very competitive pitches. I'm really surprised to see Gherkin hold up on both. Could be waiting for this third pitch, though. Quickly a 2-strike count on the third baseman. Briggs sets and delivers. There it is, but caught by Hill on the tip. 2 down. 2 strikeouts today for Lincoln Briggs, both with the bases loaded. An interesting stat line for him. It looks like the strikeout category really gets fed when there are 3 runners behind him. So 2 down now, as here comes Kevin Sanchez. A successful bunt his last time up, but before that a ground out and a fly out. And Briggs just will miss low on the first offering. In the bottom of the inning for Tri-C, it'll be Merritt, Miller, and Yanmaz. 7, 8, and 9 due up, and again, as we've talked about, we could see some pinch hits. Wouldn't be too surprised to see that be the case. Briggs is 1-0 off the plate for ball 2. And as well, if this result does indeed hold, game number 2 would decide who is in first place heading into tomorrow. And from there, it would decide then who would need to win one game and who would need to win both. Here's the 2-0. Again, low for ball 3. Briggs 1 ball away from walking in run number 4. Still, if Tri-C comes back to win here, then tomorrow might not matter. As if they win game number 2, then they clinch the conference here. But Hill having some words with Lincoln Briggs before this next pitch. A big moment for both. Briggs looking to get out of the inning here. And for Nate Hill, he's been around a couple of times. And, of course, going back, there was some overlap during their time at Medina High School. So those two semi-familiar with each other even before this season got started. Hill a part of the class of 2023, Briggs, class of 2025. 3 balls, no strikes on Kevin Sanchez, the first baseman. Briggs sets and delivers. It is ball 4 off the plate. And run number 4 will be walked in for the Bobcats. And Sanchez will stay around to greet him at home plate. McLean comes around to score for the second time today. And you'll see the celebrations here in the dugout. They are loving it. Enjoying his time in the dugout now as well. Of course, though, the bases do remain loaded here. Now Calvin Dean a chance to do some damage here. And the ball 4 change is being brought up by Bryant Stratton. And that pitch misses high for ball 1. But what a turnaround for the Bobcats. They played 2 in the first, nothing until the 5th. They score 1 there. And then so far in the 7th, 1 run. On a cold, chilly day on the road, Bryant Stratton, they have taken this one to heart. The 1-0 able to connect. Briggs back in business, evening things up. And I would say a little bit of help there from Nate Hill on the frame. But of course, that is part of the game. And as of right now, outside of the goose egg for Tri-C, it's a perfect scoreboard. 4 hits, 4 runs. 1 hit, no runs for Tri-C, though. Looking at game number 2, I believe Ryan Torok will be on the mound for Tri-C. It'll be a big game regardless of what happens here, of course, but given this result, it'll be bigger than we even thought. 2-1 count on Dean. And he will wave and miss. Still only 5 combined hits. We have seen pretty much no offense today. And the offense that we have seen outside of the home run has been choppy. But of course, it gets the job done. Right now, Bryant Stratton, they don't complain as to how they got their runs. They're just happy they have them. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Dean. And this one is fouled off. But on Tri-C's end, you've won the last 10 games. This is where you have to dig deep and try to take one away from the Bobcats in the end. And if they do, I would say that is more than enough momentum heading into game number 2. If not, you're back to work immediately and you're back to the drawing board. 2-2 count still on Dean, and he will send this one into right center field and down. 1 run will score. They will send a second along. He will score as well. That'll make it 6-0. Bryant and Stratton. It's a 2 RBI double for Calvin Dean. An excellent throw back in the first. And a base knock that drives in a pair in the 7th. It is full circle for the left fielder. A 3 spot, the best inning of the day for the Bobcats. And they, of course, still have 2 runners on with 2 down. But that might put this one out of reach. And you can just tell he is absolutely turned up at second, and you can't blame him. So now here comes Jackson Stoltz, the center fielder, a pair of walks and a bunt so far. Still 2 runners in scoring position, 2 down. And there is strike 1. 6 runs on 5 hits. Second extra base hit of the day as well, as the first one was the homer. The 0-1 hangs high. Even more so, do we see changes in the batting order? It is definitely going to be a tough call heading into the bottom of the 7th inning, now down by 6. Needing 6 to tie, 7 to win. The 1-1 high. And again, now with this elongated break, do you make a pitching change? That has been the big question. And I said as long as Wager's in the game, Bryant Stratton has the advantage. Do you pull him here, or do you keep your lucky charm in the game? And that question is very, very close to being answered. Count out 2-2 on Stoltz. If the inning were to continue, we would go back to Cockler at the top of the order. And he would be the 9th batter of the inning, as right now Stoltz is the 8th. The 2-2, swing and a miss. This side is retired. Briggs gets his 3rd strikeout of the game, and the inning is over. It's go time for the Triceratops' offense. Down by 6. They need to rally when we return to Ron Mottl Field.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
And an interesting move, the call to the bullpen has been made by Bryant and Stratton in the bottom of the 7th inning. Dylan Lefevre will come on to make his 10th appearance of the season. 14 innings of work, 15 runs allowed, 12 of which were earned, 11 walks, and 12 strikeouts, a 7.71 ERA. And on the opposite end, it is Jackson Bowles in place of Cohen Merritt leading it off for Tri-C. And as you see, an interesting delivery there. The consensus we have reached on my kind of note was Adam Cimber-like. But that double clutch, it doesn't seem like Cimber. I'm still trying to place that one. Hope to find an answer soon. But Bowles will put it up the middle and down in center field. It's Tri-C's first base hit since the first. Again, it's a small piece of hitting, but this is why I think they should have kept on Wager. At least for now, it proves to be an interesting move. Long hair, not Clevenger, was it? It was Clevenger's double clutch. There it is. I think it's part Adam Cimber, and I think it's part Mike Clevenger. I could be wrong with that one, but it's a very distinct move. I don't hate it, though. If you have a good arm slot, you can do a lot in this game. The first pitch to Miller misses high for ball one. There will still be action in the bullpen for Bryant and Stratton. Of course, we don't have the answer if it is just game number 2, starter getting warm or not. Could easily be. And I wouldn't hate it if that was the case. The 1-0 runs inside for ball 2. The question is, how much of a leash do you give Lefevre? If you put 2 on here, do you go out and talk to him immediately? Definitely a possible and plausible question. Miller on the 2-0 fouls it off. Count out 2-1. Once again, stick with us after our final commercial break as we will announce our player of the game presented by SmeeSports. And then after that, it's off to game number 2, which is scheduled for around a half an hour after this one is done. The 2-1 off the plate for ball 3. And in game number 1, the player of the game award will be presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. And game number 2, it'll be presented by CrossFit Strongsville. Runner goes on the 3-1. Miller swings and misses. Throw down to second is not in time as Jackson Bowles is easily in there. Comes in, gets a base knock, gets a stolen base. A very productive start to his time right now in game number 1, and what I would assume would bleed into an appearance in game number 2. I'd be surprised to see him sit in game number 2, even if he just DHs. Full count on Miller. Payoff pitch. He will wave and miss. 1 down. Miller just chased outside that time as Lefevre gets his first strikeout today. And now that'll bring up Zaylen Yanmaz. 2 strikeouts for him so far today in game number 1. So he will remain in, and it appears in the on-deck circle, Jameer Ross will also remain in the game as things stand. But the Bobcats 2 outs away from getting out of here, not only with potentially a shutout, but also a conference-tying win. First pitch, Yanmaz fouls it off. And looking back this season for Tri-C, I don't believe they have been shut out yet. So Bryant Stratton looking to do what no other team has done, and that is shut out the tops. The 0-1, high and outs. And with only 2 outs to operate, you have to be a lot more careful and a lot more selective. And again, with the outfielders, the sun is out. This is the brightest it's been all day. If you don't have your sunglasses, be ready. The 1-1, Yanmaz, a poker into right center and down for a base knock. A perfect swing from Zaylin Yanmaz, and that'll put runners at the corners with 1 down. And back to the top of the order we go with Jameer Ross. This is the timely hitting that Tri-C needed a little earlier. And again, it's just them being more aggressive and willing to put the ball in unique places. This offense is one of the best, no matter what happens today. This is still a top-tier offense against a team that has won games 19-13 and beyond like that, but also can win in shorter instances. Point being, you have to always be ready to be active. And today they've had your number, but if you can get some aggressive swings out here, you can make this one close, if not take one away at the end. This Tri-C team, they're not known for giving up. And now there is the rundown potentially. Actually, he's safe at second, and that'll bring in a run. From oh no to oh yes, Yanmaz draws the throw, and that'll make it 6-1. I have no words for that play. I have nothing for you. An incredibly risky move from Yanmaz. It looked to be a rundown. In the end, it didn't matter as Ross fouls that one off. But again, Tri-C will not get shut out for the first time this season. They now need 5 and a 0-2 count on Ross. Be creative with how they score. That's how you get back in this game. 0-2 the count on Ross. And he will wear it. Just hit him despite his acrobatic effort to get out of the way. And that'll send up Braden Bortnick. Going back to the question, how long do you let Lefevre pitch like this before you go and talk to him? I'm kind of surprised we don't see a talking to now. Nothing bad. You're not in a bad spot. You still have a 5-run lead in hand. You just don't want to let them back in this game with one bad pitch. Which, of course, is Tri-C team making it back in the game with one bad pitch. Bortnick underneath it, though, but a fly ball into right field. It will be caught for out number 2, and that'll send Yanmaz over to third. So still 1 runner on, but the Bobcats are 1 out away from getting out of here with a massive win. Corners for Nate Hill. It's do or die for Tri-C. Needing 5. Farrell is your tying run as of right now. And after him, Drieger is your winning run. It has to be perfect. Ross will take off, and there is no contest. So now 2 runners in scoring position and a 1-0 count for Hill. Again, Gallagher and Diddy must come up this inning if Tri-C has a chance. The 1-0 on the outer edge connects. There is still some action in the bullpen, but quickly slowing down. Lefevre's 1-1. Hill, a fly ball sent into foul territory, and out of play it goes. And just like that, the Tops are down to their final strike. 1-2 the count on Nate Hill. So far today, he has been hit by 2 pitches and has hit into a double play. Lefevre looking to close it out here. Hill way underneath it, a skyer into left center field. And just like that, the conference is tied up again. Bryant Stratton gets the upset in game number 1, 6-1 over Tri-C. And game number 2 will decide who has the conference lead heading into the final day of the regular season. What a win today for the Bobcats. An interesting start. From there, the Bats, slow for the rest of the game, but when push came to shove, they scored runs, and they got the job done. When we return, we will announce our player of the game presented by SmeeSports and by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Welcome back to Ron Mottl Field. 6-1 your final in game number 1. It is Bryant Stratton getting the job done over Tri-C. They improved to 24-25 on the season, and beyond that, they are now tied atop of the OCCAC 11-2. Their conference record, your player of the game, presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. 2 guys it could go to. Gavin McLean, of course, had the 2 home runs early, but in the end, your player of the game, presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, Max Wager, the starting pitcher, 6 strikeouts today, 1 hit baseball through 6 innings. If it wasn't for him, as we saw with Lefevre, he didn't give up too many runs, but if he was in the entire game, this could be a different game. Or if anybody was on the mound in that game, outside of Wager, this game could have gone differently for Bryant Stratton. He nailed it down. He got the job done. And he is the biggest reason why this next game will decide, heading into Saturday, who is in the lead to win the OCCAC. And beyond that, get a coveted hosting spot in the NJCAA tournament. But that'll do it for us in game number 1. 6-1 your final. Bryant Stratton gets the job done over Tri-C. Time now to switch on over to game link number 2 as we get ready for the second rendition of the Tops and the Bobcats. For Nathan Smee saying so long from Ron Mottl Field, this has been college baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. We thank you all for tuning in, and we hope to see you again for game number 2 beginning in around 30 minutes.